Hey there, welcome to the Chronicle Pregame Show. I'm Ryan Hoerger alongside Sam Turken. Here to get us for Duke and Virginia. They're going to kick it off at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday up in Charlottesville at Scott Stadium. When we look at this game, Sam, it's two teams that are struggling a bit of late. Duke started off 6-1, but three straight losses, taking the Whittles down to earth a little bit. Then we have Virginia 3-7. Head coach Mike Lennon likely coaching to save his job his last couple of games of the year. So both these teams really need to try to finish the season strong. Duke, in order to get a quality bowl berth in the postseason, and Virginia to put their best foot forward going into the offseason and into the next season. But when you look at the Cavaliers, a lot of talent on this team just hasn't translated into wins.
Yeah, we saw what they could do with their playmakers against Notre Dame early on the season. They had Notre Dame beat until Fighting Irish scored a late touchdown to win it. And we see how good Notre Dame is right now in college football playoff contention. But like we said, they have a ton of talent offensively. They have one of the most complete backs in the country in Smoke Mizell. He's the only running back in the country to have both over 500 receiving and 500 passing yards. And then at quarterback, they have Matt Johns, who's been really hot lately. He's only second behind Deshaun Watson in pass yards and pass touchdowns. And then he has a really big target in Kanan Severin. So as we can see, they have a lot of playmakers, so they're going to really pressure Duke as far as what they put on the field Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. And when you look at the Cavalier defense, maybe not the strong suit of this team, they're getting up more than 400 yards per game. I think they're ranking 12th out of 14 teams in the ACC in that regard. So that could be just what the doctor ordered for the Blue Devil offense, which has done great against its non-conference competition with except for Northwestern this season, but kind of struggled within conference play, moving the ball up and down the field and putting points on the board. We saw that last week a little bit in the second half with Pregame under center for Duke, the backup quarterback. But looking forward to this game against Virginia, they should have Thomas Sirk back in the lineup under center. Thomas Sirk missed last weekend's game against Pittsburgh with an upper body injury, and he's listed as probable on Duke injury report for this weekend. So that should be a boost for the Blue Devils, get some consistency back under center, a familiar face to say the least. And also, running back Sean Wilson's missed the last two games for Duke. He's got a leg injury, and he's listed as questionable for this weekend's contest. So the sophomore running back may not be 100%, but if you can get out there, get some snaps in, they can give the Blue Devils a good change of pace with very adept things with Shaquille Powell and Jaleel Duncan still expected to get probably the bulk of the carries for the Blue Devils in the backfield. But Sam, really this week was kind of a bit of surprising news came out of the Duke program. David Cutcliffe in his Tuesday press conference announced that he dismissed three players from the team: wide receiver John L. Barnes, who was a starter, wide receiver Terrence Alls, and linebacker Chris Holmes. Now, Barnes is probably the biggest loss for Blue Devils in this regard. Was expected to take a big jump forward this year. What does Duke have to do without him, and how big of a loss is this for the Blue Devils?
Well, I mean, it's simple. Guys are going to have to step up. You know, you have two redshirt freshmen in Chris Taylor and Trayvon Lee, and then you have a freshman in TJ Ronning, and then you have Anthony Nash. These are all guys who are capable of making plays and are going to see more playing time, in addition to Ryan Smith, who's been punt returning all year. But yeah, I mean, speaking of Terrence Alls, David Cutcliffe has been raving about him the past couple of weeks ever since he came off his 6-game suspension. So it was very surprising to see him dismissed. But, you know, it's just an extra spot for guys to make plays now.
Yeah, definitely. Taylor and Lee were bit banged up in the middle of the season, but they should be back and healthy now. And then you've also got to add to that list, you know, the old reliables of Max McCaffrey, senior wide receiver, Braxton Deaver, 6-year tight end. So I look for those guys to get a little more targets this moving forward with Barnes out of the lineup. So with that said, Duke and Virginia, 3:30 p.m. Saturday up in Charlottesville. Sam, you're going to be there. We're going to look for your coverage at Chronicle Sports on Twitter and on our Blue Zone blog. For Sam Turken, I'm Ryan Hoerger. We'll see you guys later.